How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Cyntoia Brown, the 30-year-old woman who was convicted in 2006 of a 2004 murder of real estate agent Johnny Allen, and her pending release from jail coming up this August, which represents the 15-year mark from the point where she was actually arrested for the murder. Now, this is a really big case. A lot of celebrities have come to her defense, like LeBron James, Rihanna, Kim Kardashian. Again, a lot has been said on both sides of it. Some people say that she should be in jail. Some say that she should have never have gone to jail. Let's just back up a little bit to explain how we've gotten here today and why it's a story. Back in 2004, Cyntoia Brown was a 16-year-old runaway. She had a lot of problems in her past, a juvenile record, which was pretty spotty, a bad home life. Her mother allegedly was drinking while she was pregnant, and that may have contributed to fetal alcohol syndrome, which may have lowered Cyntoia Brown's IQ. I'm not sure if that's true or false. That was part of the defense, but for now, I'll move on. Now, with all that background, the trouble, upbringing, and everything, she runs away. She becomes a prostitute and moves in, so to speak, with a pimp named Cutthroat. Shortly after this, she meets up with Johnny Allen, who purchases her for the purpose of sex. She goes to his house. They do whatever they do. Mind you, she's 16 years old right now. At a certain point in the night, she gets up, shoots him in the back of the head, kills him, and robs him. She takes guns. She took his pants, which had his wallet in it, and she, I think, stole his car as well and drove back to the pimp. Now, many have said that she should be in jail forever because it's like, okay, you plotted this out. This is premeditated. You robbed him. You killed him. You didn't have to do that. You were a prostitute. You knew what you were doing. But some say she shouldn't have been in jail for one day because you have a human trafficking victim. She's 16 years old. Her pimp is telling her what to do. If it were not for the pimp and his tactics of installing fear into her mind and into her heart, the whole thing with the murder and the robbery would not have happened. I kind of fall somewhere in the middle. She got a life sentence and was not eligible for parole for like 51 years, okay, for a crime committed when she was a minor. Bill Haslam, the current and outgoing Tennessee governor, gave her clemency. She'll be out in August on the 7th, which represents 15 years to the day of her initial arrest. I think that's actually fair. Personally, I would have said 25 to life, maybe a little bit less, because yes, the crime was heinous, but does it deserve life? No, it doesn't. And I'll explain why. First of all, if you are a 16-year-old runaway, pimps, lowlives, degenerates out in the streets are going to target you to do their bidding. They know that they can pretty much manipulate you, control you to do whatever they desire. Okay? They provide you with safe harbor, with money and food, and you already are kind of wild and out there doing different things. They recognize that in you. They see you as an easy target. I can almost guarantee you, I can't say for 100% certain, this is really my opinion, but I can almost guarantee you that this pimp, aka Cutthroat, told her to rob the Johns that she is with because that generates more money for the pimp. That's why after she killed the man, she took valuable items in his house and returned back to the pimp. If it were just about her being some kind of murderous person, she would have killed the pimp with the gun that she had. It was about trying to please him. Now, I can't absolve her of her actions totally because she did what she did. However, it wouldn't have happened, in my opinion, if it were not for the coercion of the pimp. So to get released, to get clemency, I think is actually fair in this case. She was a minor. She did not look to be of age. The guy was violating all kinds of laws. You are buying a prostitute, then she's underage. I mean, nobody's really innocent in this situation, but I think that the young lady was more innocent than everybody before this situation happened. Rest in peace to the man, Johnny Allen. I don't know much about him. If he has family or whatever, my heart goes out to him. But I think the 15 years she's done in jail is probably enough, although I would have given her 25 to life, not natural life. You got guys that are gangbangers, real murderers, drug dealers, guys that are out there for the intended purpose of hurting people that are adults that get less time than she did for murder. Okay. You got guys getting out in 10 years, 8 years, etc. People that do very heinous crimes in the act of gangbanging that get the ability to plead down to manslaughter and stuff like that. Okay. Some say that she could have testified against the pimp and had him locked up, but I think that there was a lot of fear there that he instilled in her. It's a brainwashing thing, which is why you have the laws on the books. Laws on the books are there to protect individuals away from monsters like R. Kelly, this guy Cutthroat, and others who have the intended purpose of preying on young, vulnerable girls. If you listen to these guys that are out there in the street and hustling, they'll tell you what they do. Check out this clip from Beyond Scared Straight.
When I was like 18, hustling like this man here, I caught you running away out in the street, I'd have scooped you up. You'd be somebody's prostitute out here, man.
So you see it right there. He's telling the girl what's going to happen. It's like, you out here running away, trying to be fast and all this and that. You be somebody's prostitute. She's clearly not of a sound mind at that age, nor just in general, probably not necessarily an intelligent person, period. And these pimps know that, which is why she was taken advantage of. So it's, a situation that's really touchy on both sides. I put a status on my Facebook page and I'm seeing way different opinions from different races, from walks of life. It's not really one of these things you can predict how somebody's going to react. Some say that she should never have gone to jail. Some say that she should have been in jail forever, under the jail. Like I said from the beginning, I kind of fall somewhere in the middle, not to be a fence rider, but I have to look at the whole situation in proper context. It wasn't like she was some kind of grizzled veteran, an adult that was out there just to commit murder. You're talking about a troubled teen, ran away from home, was probably not necessarily a mentally strong or intelligent person that was taken advantage of by a pimp whose sole purpose is to find girls just like that and take advantage of them, to tell her, hey, take this gun, rob him, bring the stuff back to me. Because if it was about her just trying to rob the guy, why go back to the pimp? You see, she is scared of him, relying upon him to handle her daily affairs. That's why you have laws against pimping, laws against pandering, laws against human trafficking, and laws that prevent minors from being taken advantage of by adults. Upon her release, she's going to have 10 years of probation. She must keep a job and she must go to regular counseling sessions. I don't think she's going to violate any of those terms. I mean, when you're facing life in the penitentiary, 50 years before you're eligible for parole, and then you get out in 15, that's a big weight off of your shoulders, and you're going to do everything you can to make sure you don't go back. If she does violate it, then, hey, it is what it is. That's her decision. Do what you got to do. But I'll pretty much leave that right there. What do you think? Do you think that Cyntoia Brown should still be in the penitentiary? How long should she get for the crime of which she was convicted of? And if you did not catch it, or if you forgot, I'll give you a brief rundown. She was a prostitute. The guy picks her up at a Nashville Sonic. They go back to his house. They do whatever they do. In the middle of the night, while he's nude next to her, she gets a gun that she owned, I suppose, kills him, and then takes some guns, his pants that had his wallet in it, and his car, and goes back to the pimp. The pimp, in my humble opinion, was instructing her what to do. If it were not for the pimp orchestrating the whole thing, it probably wouldn't have happened, because if she wanted to just be a murderous person, she would have killed the pimp rather than returning items to the pimp so he can get money. But I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that natural life or 50 years is appropriate? How about 25 to life? How about 15 to life? You see sentences like that happen a lot. 15 to life, 25 to life. And then you can review if the person should be released. A 16-year-old committing a heinous crime. Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.